where today we will be discussing Mary, 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 as Wiz Khalifa's calling it, weed, hash, what's some other names, guys, that you heard? Marijuana, bud, grass, hashish, bush, all of that. Shisha. We have a panel of guests. We have 3 of them. A young man we'll call by the name of Phil, a young lady we'll call Chris, and a young man we'll call Nate. We will be having dialogue, open-ended questions, and just hope you guys tune in for what I think will prove to be an interesting and maybe controversial topic.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so guys on the panel, this is real informal, and just gonna throw some questions out there, and you guys just, talk.
Honestly, give open dialogue.
So, first question: why do people smoke?
Well, I just think it depends on the person, because for me personally, it just comes from growing up, going to the ice cream man and him selling the little candy cigarettes.
Have you ever smoked?
This is not for okay. So him selling the little candy cigarettes or whatever. So I don't know. It's just seeing others doing it as you were growing up. I think that's why for some people.
I think some kids nowadays smoke because of the music they listen to. Like Wiz Khalifa, he got a big influence on the amount of people that smoke at a young age. And like you said, some young people just learn from watching other people, and some people just like the feeling of it.
Excellent answer, N-Dog. Excellent answer.
Yep.
So, can I ask, I have a question just to piggyback off of why do people smoke. Do either of you, if any of you are smokers or have smoked, is it for medicinal things, or was it curiosity, or was it like she said, because the ice cream man sold candy cigarettes? Like, what was the first thing that started? Or was it for you, like music, like Nate, you were saying Wiz Khalifa is influential, and that's true, people can listen to music and see videos and think that's cool. Was it something like that?
The first time I smoked was just experimenting with my friend.
And that's what I was thinking, peer pressure, not pressure, but just like
just experimentation. Yeah. Let's see what it's like. Let's kick it over there.
Curiosity.
That was your
Curiosity killed the cat.
Information brought it
But
back.
the cat has 9 lives, so.
That's right. Well, everything everybody is leaving out one big one: stress. That's right.
Okay. That's a good reason. But stress, would it be the reason people would start smoking generally?
We continue. If you started smoking, stress would be a reason some people continue to smoke.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Can I just put a little thing out there, a little tad information about smoking? We were talking, especially Nate brought it up about the young people. He said not just peer pressure, but wanting to fit in. It says that 22.8% of all high schoolers have tried it. I was like,
that's low. I think that's low.
Well, that was a survey as of
I wouldn't agree with that.
That was as of December.
Yes, you wouldn't agree with that?
I would say at least 70.
Yeah, well, maybe. I will say, I've been out of school for a while.
Especially nowadays.
I hadn't tried it when I was in school at all.
Yeah, I didn't try it when I was in school.
When I was younger, that's all people done. Smoke at the bus stop.
I find that high school, it was more about drinking, and now that I'm in college, it's more about smoking.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting. All right, so our second question that we're going to pose to our guests is marijuana addicted, and is it harmful? All right, guys, what do you think?
I think it's addictive in a different way that maybe alcohol is addictive, or heroin or crack, where somebody who's been doing crack for a long time, if they go without it, then they get the chills, they get sick, throwing up, losing weight, sweaty and stuff like that. I think it's more of a mental thing, like a craving maybe, because I like cantaloupe and I crave cantaloupe. So like
cannabis.
Funny. So it's something more mental than physically. And then as far as if it's harmful, I think it depends on what you do and how you manipulate it, because some people put like lace their stuff with different types of drugs, but just the cannabis itself. I don't know the biological thing. I don't think it's that dangerous, but I have statistics actually. The annual deaths per year of different types of things. Tobacco, almost 500,000 people die from tobacco. About 8,000 people die from aspirin each year. 100 people die from peanuts each year, but only 0 die from marijuana.
She said only 0.
So you might want to.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, it's not harmful. It is addictive, but like she said, that's the best answer you could have gave to that mental. It's pretty much mental. Because I know people who can stop anytime they want this, no matter how long they've been smoking. It's about how strong your mind is. If you're weak-minded, then yeah, it's very addicting. But anything, as if anything that you enjoy is addicting. And not just a drug. That's all an addiction is. It's something that you get pleasure from and keep wanting. But yeah, it's pretty much like she said. It's mental. So yeah, but it can be addicting. But harmful? No, it's not harmful. It has more of a long-term effect than anything else. And they taught us that in the human relations class. There has been no like studies of marijuana really harming anyone. Of course, there's no deaths, but like I said, there is long-term effects.
It kills your brain cells.
I think
it kills your brain
your memory.
cells.
That's about the only thing. Your memory. You do got that to worry about.
Well, and also your reflexes too, because it is when it gets into your system, it serves as a depressant. So that's why people.
That's where the mind thing comes in at too. For some people, sometimes you can smoke instead of getting depressed or it being a downer, it could be an upper. You can be excited. People do it before they go to a party, before they eat, before they do. It's all about where your head is at and what it does for you, and it can also make you more aware because you'll be quote unquote paranoid. So it can make you more aware where it's something you might not have just paid attention to. You might see now or look. It can make
everything.
You more. Yeah. And sometimes in their studies, sometimes being relaxed is better for some people. Some people need to be relaxed and brought down. Some people with psychological problems or any type of anxiety issues or anything, they might need to be
I think though you can have that same case with any drug like alcohol, but it doesn't necessarily make it a good way to do or treat something.
No, because see, alcohol destroys your liver. It can mess with your kidney. Alcohol has a lot more side effects negatively than marijuana
I would like
does,
to
so
see.
You can't compare it.
I think maybe more studies have been done on things like alcohol because it is legal.
Right.
It is more prevalent. Marijuana has just come into the scope of becoming this legal thing and whatnot. So I wonder if it's not as many studies done on the long-term effects of marijuana as it is alcohol, cigarettes, those things. When it's legal for a good amount of time and people really start doing it and doing it legally, I would really like them to go back and see if it's any long-term effects on the body.
Well, see, that's a whole other issue. There has been a lot of studies on marijuana.
There has, but I
the legal part, the legal about it being just becoming legal, that has to do with government controlling.
Oh, I
has to do with the
understand
government
that.
being controlled. There has been lots of studies on it. Just because we haven't heard about every single one, or just because it's not legal, doesn't mean they haven't done tons of studies on it.
I don't doubt that
They've done as much studies on marijuana as they've done on alcohol, cocaine, heroin, or any of the above. They have to statistically compare.
No, I don't say the studies. I'm saying long term. Like actually watching this person, okay, they smoke for 30, 40 years. I would need to see the numbers.
Memory loss is pretty much about the only thing. I mean,
I would really need to see the numbers. I would really need to see the numbers.
Short term.
Right. And also my other thing with marijuana, and I don't have a preference of whether it's legal or not. I don't care. But my other thing would be it being a gateway drug. I just don't necessarily know if we need to legalize more drugs and more drugs and more drugs.
Well, let me say this about the studies. First of all, this is a study that was done by the National Institute on Drug Abuse, and it was conducted in 2012, December. And they did a prospective study, meaning it followed individuals across time. Showed that people who began smoking marijuana in their teens lose as many as 8 points in IQ between age 13 and 38. Most importantly, they lose cognitive abilities that are not restored even after they quit smoking marijuana into adulthood. So that's over time. It says individuals who started smoking marijuana in adulthood did not show significant IQ declines. Also, another thing, it said in the same study that marijuana users have 4.8-fold higher risk of heart attack and also lung infections and disease, because even though it doesn't contain the same things as tar and nicotine as and respiratory and breathing problems. Also, they said have higher incidences of coughing, and says chest illnesses, phlegm and phlegm production. So it does impact you physically. It definitely impacts you cognitively, and if you smoke from a teen to an adult, it impacts your IQ.
I definitely don't think marijuana is worse than alcohol or worse than cigarettes. I just think it's another drug, and it's probably any drug will have some type of effect on the body.
Well, that's what a drug does. It alters you. So anything that you take is going to alter you. Better or
The next question that we want to pose to our panel is marijuana a gateway drug?
I think that all depends on
take the lead on that. You really do.
I like being the leader, so sorry. I think that all depends person to person, because if you're someone who does not smoke weed every day or even every week, each time you get high, it's like a brand new experience. But if you're someone like Wiz Khalifa that does it on a day-to-day, after you high all the time, stay high all the time, you're going to taper out and you're going to eventually look for something different. So in that case, I could see it being a gateway drug. But if you're just a recreational user, then I think that's all you need.
I think it also depends on your tolerance level. Because some people just have addictive personalities and I don't know if it's something like in you, but like they can take it for the first time and just be hooked. You know what I'm saying? On marijuana, on alcohol, on crack, on whatever, and that's just part of who their personality or whatever's going on chemically inside of them. And I don't know. And usually it's in the family. It runs in the family. A lot of times you will see a lot of addiction within the family. And some of that can be learned, but some of that I think is biology, something physical.
Yeah, that's true.
I think all of that comes into play. Yes, it can be a gateway, like she said, pretty much mentality. I mean, it's about, I guess, your mentality. The reason why it comes a gateway for most people is because they want more. After so long of smoking, like you say, your tolerance gets higher, so that same amount, you need to smoke more to get you higher. Then after so long, you need to smoke better weed. Then usually after so long, most people go to another drug. But that's where it becomes in your mind. And after that, I would quit before I go to another drug.
And sometimes
especially after you see what it does to people, how other people and that stuff. Who would do it?
Well, have you ever, after you got high, after your first time getting high, reach that same level of high?
That's where you
never.
You never get the same high.
Oh yeah. That's when you come chasing it. Yeah, you go chasing it. But until you go to like better stuff or smoke more.
Okay.